Last week I did a series of 3 videos about, the issue of a relationship with a woman, right? And there was one sentence I said in particular that struck a few people, and people asked me to do a video about it, so I will. The sentence was that women were the gatekeepers of sex, but men are the gatekeepers of relationships. Now this is actually a very important insight, and you should pay attention to this video because it explains the power that a man has when he is dating a woman. It's not an obvious power, and there's a lot of things going on the side of women individually and women collectively, that are trying to undermine this power that men have. But they have this power. It's enormous. And so pay attention. See, it's quite obvious that women are the gatekeepers of sex, right? Because men have a higher drive for sex than women. It's not that women don't like sex. They enjoy sex, and women can get as horny as guys, right? But for men, especially young men, it is an overriding drive. They want this more than anything. They want to fuck, which is natural, okay? Because all males of the species drive to procreate. Males of any species will kill one another and risk their own death in order to procreate. It's built into us. It's nature. There's nothing to be done about it, right? On the other hand, women, what is their overriding concern? Having sex? No, that's not it at all. Their overriding drive, the thing that pushes them forward, is the drive to form relationships. And this makes absolute sense from an evolutionary perspective. I mean, think about it. You see, a woman, she has a child, and while she is pregnant with the child, she is quite vulnerable. And once she has the child, she needs assistance in order to care for the child, because human children are born in a basically embryonic stage. They are not fully developed because of our human beings' big brain. Our big brain is so big that it cannot fully form itself within the womb of a mother. And so the child that is born is embryonic, and it needs at least another year before it can walk and be able to be semi-autonomous, unlike just about every other mammal in the world. For instance, say a horse, a fawn is born, and within minutes it can walk, and by the end of the day it can trot, by the end of the week it can run. You see? But a human baby, no. It's completely dependent on the mother. And because of this, a woman cannot both care for her child and acquire the nutrients to sustain herself and the child. It's impossible. So she needs help, social help. Help from her social group, her parents, her siblings, what have you, or more to the point, help from her mate. That's why women and men pair bond. That's why a man goes off to work, goes off to hunt, to get the food, to get the resources, so that he, the woman, and their children will survive. And so because of this reality, what is the most important thing for a woman? Her relationships. Her relationships with her social group and her relationship with her man. These are the most important things for a woman, not sex. Relationships are what drive women. That's why women obsessively examine the relationships that they have. They gossip and talk. They talk about this person, that person. They talk about their husband or boyfriend incessantly. Why? Because it's the thing that they are most worried about. How many times have you heard a guy talk about his relationship to, I don't know, like for instance, his parents or his siblings? Guys don't give a fuck about the relationships with the people around them. No, because it's not important. A guy will talk endlessly about pussy. A guy will talk endlessly about, like, this girl is hotter than that girl and blah, blah, blah. I mean, guys get together and what do they talk about? They talk about pussy. That's what they talk about. They talk about which is the hottest pussy and how to get the hottest pussy, right? Women don't. Women talk about their relationships because that's the thing that drives them. And therefore, since relationships are the thing that drives a woman, the thing that she finds most important, men are the gatekeepers of the relationship. Because see, a woman can decide to have sex or not have sex, but a man decides whether he's going to have a relationship with a woman or not have a relationship with a woman. You see? Yeah, but so many guys fuck up this simple and obvious truth. Oh yeah. The way they fuck up this simple and obvious truth is that they cede this power to the woman. Yeah, they give it. It's just so crazy. It's like, imagine you have a nuclear weapon, right? I don't know, 100 kiloton nuclear bomb or whatever the fuck. And you have it, right? And you go over to your enemy's door and you knock on their door and like, here, take it. Be happy. What the fuck, right? Yeah, but that's basically what's happening. Yeah. Men, for some reason, well, actually, for very clear reasons I'll get into in just a moment, but men cede this power that they have to the woman. And they act as if the woman is in control of the relationship. And they don't realize that they are the ones in control of the relationship. Because remember, when there is a motivated buyer, the seller is in control. Men are the motivated buyers of sex. Therefore, women are in control. Women are the motivated buyers of relationships. And therefore, men are in control. You see? And how it happens is this. You're a guy, and you're dating some woman, right? So what does this mean? It means that you can end the relationship whenever you want to, and it's going to freak her the fuck out. It's the thing that she's going to be most afraid of. Assuming, of course, that you're a relatively good boyfriend, okay? You're a relatively good boyfriend or a relatively good husband, yeah? It doesn't matter the metrics that you want to measure this by. That's not important. The important thing is, see, the power dynamic. And so you have to understand that your nuclear weapon, insofar as the relationship is concerned, is your willingness to leave it. If you believe that you can get somebody better, you will always have the upper hand. And therefore, it will be in women's best interest, both individually and collectively, to convince you as an individual and you as men that you cannot find anybody better, that this is the best you can do. And women, both individually and collectively, will do everything in their power to convince men collectively and as individuals that the woman that they are with, no matter how horrifying the woman may be, no matter how big of a land whale and how bitchy and naggy she may be, this is the best you can do. That's what they will try to convince you in every way possible. How many times do you hear people say, oh, you're so lucky to be with her, and the her in the equation is like this horrifying beast of a human being? Huh? How many times have you heard say that the guy can't do any better, that she could do so much better? I mean, how many times have you heard that, even though it's objectively not true? I mean, you see the two people, right, in the relationship, and one is just like Hugh Jackman. I saw a picture the other day of Hugh Jackman and his wife, right? Hugh Jackman, he's 50 years old, he's my age, and he looks hot, man. I'd fuck him, yeah? But his wife, sorry, no, he could do better. He could do shitloads better. But there's all the societal pressure on the guy that has convinced him that this is the best he can do. See, there's a reason for it. This power dynamic. And the power dynamic is short-circuited when a man understands that he can end the relationship and find somebody better. That's the long and short of it. That's all you need. That's the secret. That's the secret in order to have the upper hand in a relationship. Any relationship with any woman, okay? No matter how hot, okay? If you, as a guy, know for a fact, know in your bones, that you can get a better woman whenever you want to, you can go out into the world and find a better woman and replace the one you've got. And if she gets too uppity, she gets too annoying, gets too whatever, you're gonna just dump her and move on. Then you will have the power in the relationship. But see, you have to believe this, because everything going on in our society is trying to inculcate the notion that you can't, that whoever you're with is the best you can do, yeah? But you have to get out from under this yoke, this ideological drivel, this bullshit that's matriarchal, because that's what's going on. It's the matriarchy expressing itself. Yeah, I've said before in other videos that we live in a matriarchy. You can find it right here. Right? We live in a matriarchy, and the matriarchy wants to convince men, that you are toxic, that you're shit, that you're this, that, the other, all negatives, right? To keep you in line. That's the point. So break out of these chains. Break out of this mind control bullshit. Just break away from this crap. know that you can get somebody better. And let me tell you something. I always tell you fuckers, right? I'm 51 and I know shit because I've been around longer. There is always somebody better. Always, no exception. I've said so plenty of times. And I remember very, very clearly the moment I realized this. I've said this story before, but it's worth repeating. When I was like 42, I was dating some 19-year-old and she was hot as blazes. And I remember the very moment after I fucked her brains out and fucked my own brains out, right? And we're watching TV and laughing about something, and I thought, clear as day, I thought to myself, this is the best I'll ever have insofar as pussy is concerned. That's what I thought in, what was I was 42 years old, this was in 2010. That's what I thought. I thought that this was the best pussy I'd ever get. The next year, I met somebody better, hotter, tighter, in every respect better, and I married her. And since then, there have been more better. There is always somebody better. Always, no exception. I want you to know this lesson in your bones. And that's why I encourage guys to go out there and fuck as much pussy as they possibly can, so that they gain the experience and realize the truth of this, so that they are not slaves to women. Yeah? Because the issue is, see, it's not really that I want men to win. No, it's that I'm tired of men losing. I'm tired of men being fucking slaves and being raped in divorce court. I'm tired of men being made to feel awful just for being men. I'm tired of boys in school who are forced to become more like girls, to the point of sometimes they are given fucking drugs, hormones and shit, to turn them into girls, which I find disgusting and despicable, right? I'm sick and tired of our sex getting shit upon. Yeah? And so here I'm trying to tell you this shit so that you can gain a little bit of a fucking upper hand. Yeah? Because it is true that women are the gatekeepers of sex. And just like men are the gatekeepers of relationships and have mismanaged that power, women have done the same. Because in this deregulated sexual marketplace, they'll fuck anything that moves, if they think he's hot, and they just give this power away foolishly. But that's for another video. Insofar as men is concerned, I'm sick and tired of us being shit upon and treated like garbage. Yeah? And so I'm giving you this, I'm telling you this, it will help you because I know this shit. I've seen it so many times. When a man knows that he can leave a relationship and find somebody better, what happens is that the woman picks up on it. He doesn't have to make a big speech about it or make a big to-do about it. She'll know. She'll pick up on it. Because women are past masters at intuiting the truth about their mates. Yeah? And when a woman knows, not thinks, not suspects, but knows that a guy can get better pussy than her, she gets in line. She gets in line and treats her man right. And that's the point. That's what you want. You want the woman that you're with, the woman that you're in a relationship with, to treat you right. You know? Not like do anything like fancy or crazy or anything like that. Just to treat you with a little bit of fucking decency. Because that's what's going on in our contemporary society. Women are encouraged to treat their men like shit. And that's just fucking unfair. It's tiresome. It's annoying. Why is it that a man let me rephrase that. Why is it that women are encouraged and allowed and egged on to treat their men like garbage? That's just not right. And so when a woman knows that the man that she is with can find somebody better, she's not going to treat him like shit. On the contrary, she's going to treat him with care. And it won't matter what feminists say or what the matriarchal society says or any shit like that. If she knows that her man can walk out the door and within a week have better trim than her, she's going to treat him right, and that's what you want. And that's why I'm telling you this shit. I'm not telling you this shit, for any other reason but for you to have a decent relationship. Because the truth of the matter is that we men, we don't really give a shit who we're in a relationship. We just want the basics in the relationship. And the basics are always three. What we want is regular sex, domestic comfort and companionship, and children. That's all we want. And it doesn't really give a matter who gives a shit who the woman is. And she's good looking and more or less agreeable and fulfills those three things, yeah, we're happy. We don't really care. And precisely because we are sort of indifferent as to who we're actually with. I mean, one woman is just as good as another, let's face facts. Yeah, well, the fact of the matter is, if we express this, we make it clear to the woman that we're with that this is all we want, and if you're not providing it, we'll find somebody else. Then they'll get in line, and the thing is, it's not only that you as a man will be happier, paradoxically, the woman will be happier. Because a woman needs that little attention. A woman needs that sense that she might lose it. Men don't like it very much. We don't respond well to instability, but women paradoxically do. Women like this frisson of possibly losing her mate. They like it, they respond better. It's just the way of the world. And so don't be afraid to make it clear to your woman that you will leave her if she's not, up to the mark. Don't be afraid. Know for a fact that there is always somebody better.